Welcome to the Take Back Your Awesome podcast with me, your host, Colette Morris. And I'm so excited because today we're going to be talking about the review of 2021. Yes, we are in June. We're halfway through the year, and where are you with your goals? So go and get yourself a glass of wine, go and get yourself a cup of tea or a cup of water or a juice, and let's just settle down and listen to this podcast and get our heads around where we are going for the next 6 months of 2021. Because you know what, ladies, time goes by so quickly, and before you know it, we're at the end of the year and we're going to turn around and say, do you know what, I could have done more, I could have achieved more, if only. And you don't want to be in that situation. So now is a good time as any to review and reset, and let's go forward with a clear head for the rest of 2021. So how we doing? 2021. 6 months in. Can you believe it? 6 months in to 2021. And where are you with those goals that you laid down so early on in January? It just looks like a minute, doesn't it? We're only here just a few months, short months ago, and now we're in June. So where are you with your plans for 2021? Where are you with the goals you've laid down for yourself? Are you on track? Because you know what, ladies? Life has a way of throwing curveballs at us, doesn't it? It really does. It throws these things at us that kind of move us away from where we should be steering to. But we need to make sure that we come back on track. And this is what this podcast is all about. It's about getting yourself back on track. And we're going to be using a system that I use to help me get back on track. And I hope it helps you too. So the first thing we're going to do is to take out our journals, take out our diaries, and look at what goals we originally set ourselves back in January. How many of those goals have we achieved so far? That's right, go ahead, go and tick them off. Doesn't it feel good? For those that we haven't achieved, let's look at what went wrong, shall we? Let's look at how close we are. Are we close to achieving them, or are we too far away? If we're too far away, then you need to look at possibly revising that goal. Was it realistic in the first place? What were the obstacles that got in your way that stopped you from achieving that goal? And were the outcomes realistic? So I want you to look at that goal, or look at those goals you haven't yet achieved, and look at them to see whether they were realistic, whether you had broken them down into small chunks that were easy and manageable to achieve, whether you need to revise that goal, or to extend that deadline. You see, there's nothing wrong in extending the deadline, as long as you keep your focus and achieve the goal. The object here is to achieve the goal, right? Maybe the goal has changed. Sometimes they do. And it's not all bad if the goal has changed, but has it changed for a bigger, better one? Have you planned for this new goal? If not, then you need to set down your plan for it now, because a goal without a plan, without action, is just a wish. And we don't want to be wishing, ladies. We need to be achieving. And the only way that you're going to achieve is to make sure that whatever goal you have a plan of action to make sure that goal takes place. And then I want you to write down 3 things right now that you can do to achieve that goal in the next 6 months. In fact, you know what? Break it down. Break that goal down into something you can achieve in the next week or two, and write 3 things that you need to do to achieve that goal. So we've come to the end of the podcast, and I just want to remind you, if you've achieved some of your goals, give yourself a pat on the back and make sure you reward yourself, because rewarding yourself is key. If you do something to remember why and how you achieve that goal, and that goal is being ticked off, then it will encourage you to do more. And don't forget to review and revise. Review and revise. Look at how realistic you made that goal, and if the time frame was unrealistic, then you can move that time frame, because it's down to you whether that goal is achieved or not. And yes, the time gives you a guideline, but it doesn't necessarily mean you have to achieve it at that particular time. So I hope you found this podcast useful, and if you have, please do comment, please do subscribe, please do share this podcast to help our sisters achieve their goals, move forward, and just be amazing to take back their awesome. This is me, Colette Morris, signing out until next week. Take care and enjoy the rest of your week.